All located right here in Bowie, Maryland, honey. And today we're going to be talking about some of the causes of hair loss. Okay. And for all those who do not know, I am a certified trichologist and also a hair loss expert and a licensed cosmetologist. I have been doing hair for over 20 years. And I created this channel so that I can educate others about healthy hair care and hair loss. All right. So today, this is a very, very popular question that a lot of people, especially when they're trying to do um, consultations with me, or how I go by the name, the Weave Doctor, they're trying to figure out what is causing the hair loss. And today, the Weave Doctor is going to let you know, honey. Okay. Some of you guys are just tired of, sick and tired of not getting solutions or even finding out what are the causes. Many of our clients have gone to a lot of different dermatologists, only have gotten different type of scalp biopsies, and some have not necessarily been as excited about some of the results or the outcomes, or some have had minimal results. Now, we're not totally against dermatologists, but we've seen with most of our clients that you do not address this hair loss, your hair loss in the early stages, then sometimes a dermatologist may or may not be the best solution for you. So if you're going to, that's why you have to be proactive. And in a couple of videos from now, we're probably going to be addressing and talking about the Ludwig chart. That pretty much is a chart displaying the different stages of alopecia. So we need to address these forms of hair loss in the earlier stages. All right. So we're going to be getting down to nitty gritty, and the weed doctor has her fabulous hair loss book, okay? And we're going to be educating you guys on some of the causes of alopecia. All right. So one of the causes from alopecia is genetics. Some of it, people sometimes refer to this form of alopecia as androgenetic alopecia, alopecia that deals with a type of autoimmune disease. Sometimes, but even people will call it alopecia areata. So, with androgenetic alopecia, that typically this form of alopecia is generally exacerbated by too many androgens within the blood and within the body. So, you have to make sure. That's why with this, when we are trying to treat people who have androgenetic alopecia, we really, really like to advocate for our clients to get on some of our supplement programs to help with some of the cortisol levels, and also, just to help. There are many different factors that can contribute to someone having a lot of androgens within the body. So we try to counteract that with a lot of different types of supplements. So supplements and also lifestyle changes. It's hard to reduce cortisol if you're going to stay up all night long. Okay. Stay up all night long, eat Cheetos and candies and ding dongs and Big Bats. Okay. Before you go to bed. Okay. And expect to have a nice, restful sleep. Or if you're someone who keeps always working yourself to the max, never taking breaks, never relaxing, never indulging in any form of self care, you're probably going to be somebody who's going to have some problems with this form of alopecia or treating this form of alopecia. Another thing with this form of alopecia, we also offer topical agents. So we try to use different type of things that block the DHT. So it's a type of testosterone. We try to, try to reduce some of that, especially within the scalp. So we do have topical agents, but ultimately, for the best results, we suggest for people to do the inside and the outside, as far as just applying the regular topical agents and serums. All right. Also, with androgenetic alopecia, a lot of times what is happening, the hair follicle, there's a miniaturization of the hair follicle, and the actual hairs itself start to diminish. And that's why we try to tell all of our clients and make sure to get them a hair loss treatment. Okay. These hair loss treatments, they're not just very expensive serums, even though, a lot of people who are in the hair loss industry, it could become a lucrative industry. But more than anything, these are clinically proven methods Some of these things are FDA approved. Some of the different treatments that we're offering has overgone a lot of extensive research, methods that are known to help reduce hair loss. So some of those treatments, they help to, unclog the sebum in the scalp, because that is another way of how, we're talking about how the follicle starts to reduce in size, and that's going to make your nice, thick, beautiful strands start to look like very thin, or what we call vellose hairs. So sometimes with these treatments, it is actually helping to expand, and try to remove some of the excess sebum, any type of dysregulation in the scalp, and it helps to balance it and keep a very happy, homeostasis type of scalp or situation for your hair. And that's all that we're trying to do. We're trying to bring forth balance where we're addressing a lot of these different type of scalp conditions. Because a lot of times if we're getting out of whack, whether it be because of our lifestyle and or some of the different products or different type of hairstyling tactics or different type of hairstyle practices that we're using, it can cause alopecia. All right. So genetics. The next thing would be connective tissue disease, which is scarring alopecia. We're now finding out that we're going to take another advanced course that individuals, especially a lot of people deal with this, are African Americans, CCCA, Central Buccal Cicatricial Alopecia. So a lot of people that are dealing with this, they have a vitamin D deficiency. And they said a lot of times darker complected women and men can deal with vitamin D deficiency. And a lot of us have been taught by, I don't know if it's just bad information, or a lot of us may or may not go outside and run and get the type of vitamin D, or even when you get that sun, it actually helps to regulate your system with the cortisol and with your sleep imbalance and everything. So it's just imperative. That's why when you're trying to treat hair loss, it's coming from a whole holistic standpoint. So again, with this scarring alopecia, which a lot of African American women have, sometimes I've learned recently that it's actually can be a genetic thing. There are some people that are predisposed to this condition, and a lot of times it can be from a vitamin deficiency, or just having, within your genetics, you're having some type of issues with, just scarring. You know how a lot of African Americans have history a lot of times of getting keloids more than other cultures. All right. All right. The next thing that can cause hair loss is personal style. So if you're getting these very excessive tight braids in your hair, which I make a lot of videos about, if you're getting all of these excessive bumps, any type of tension, redness, you definitely want to look into stop getting that service, or get something, or switch it out. Do not keep getting these styles unless you just intend to give up on trying to regrow your hair back. And we do have some clients that also run a hair replacement salon. Some people have given up on trying to regrow the hair back. They have listened to some of the dermatologists, and they have pretty much just said, "My hair is not going to ever grow back. I don't want to do anything about it." Okay, so making sure that you're avoiding traction alopecia, which can lead to scarring. And a lot of times, with some of these scalp conditions, if you do not treat the hair loss in the beginning or earlier stages, it can lead to scarring. And in many cases, it's very, very hard to grow the hair back, and it can be almost irreversible. All right. Another subsection of things that cause alopecia, we talked about this earlier, was autoimmune diseases. This can come from environmental triggers. It can come from lifestyle stressors, maybe things that you're breathing in, allergens, food. That's why we try to advocate for a lot of people to get that IgG or IgA testing with they have those different type of functional medicine doctors. Now the Weave doctor can offer certain tests as well, but we do not draw the blood. So you have to go different testing sites. So some of these things, also those who may have MTHFR um, gene mutation, and I myself deal with that mutation. So some of these people, they are predisposed, or they could be one of those people who could be more susceptible of getting an autoimmune condition, headaches, migraines, any type of different immune challenges, allergies, things like that. All right. The next thing is in hormonal alopecia. Typically, people they experience this after pregnancy, postpartum, birth control, bioidentical hormones, and menopause. All right. So anytime there's a fluctuation in the hormones, it can most definitely affect the actual hair. All right. And last but not least, and we're going to talk about more. Just make sure to subscribe. You want to find out more about more of these topics. But the last one that we're going to address today is medical. And this is why that we so believe in offering many different types of solutions that include, transforming the client's diet, is because many forms of hair loss are also due to different type of mineral imbalances within the body. And also, I am a practitioner for mineral balance science with biochemistry, and we look at all of these different type of ratios and assess each client to see where they're lacking in certain areas. So I'm just going to read briefly some of the conditions that have been shown to cause alopecia that are medical: anemia, all right, an iron deficiency, thyroid disease, hypo and hyperthyroidism, diabetes, which also affects the circulation in the scalp. And a lot of people don't realize that. Also, those who have high blood pressure, all right, poor circulation, all right. So these are just some of the different things that cause alopecia. All right. If you're interested in setting up your virtual hair consultation with your certified hair doctor, make sure to inbox us and email us for further information at dmvweavedoctor at gmail.com. All right. You have a fabulous afternoon. Bye.